Come with me to a local bar. This is Wild Willie's Bar and Grill. It's in Romulus, Michigan. I had read a review that said it was a dive bar that had really good wings and burgers, and I love a good dive bar. For the wings, we got garlic parm and then hot buffalo. And I apologize, it was really dark in there, but it was a bar, you know? The wings were incredible. They were so juicy and they had that saltiness to it that you can only get from a brine. Like, even though it's dark, you can see how juicy it is. The garlic parm was basically just butter, garlic, and Parmesan cheese, which was perfect for this wing because the wing on its own had so much flavor. They had really good ranch, and then their buffalo sauce was super buttery. I love a buttery buffalo sauce, but it was still so tangy. I ended up dunking my burger in the sauce. I loved it. Then obviously we had to get a burger as well. It was massive. My husband and I split this. We were traveling the next day and didn't want to have a bunch of leftovers. From years of clenching my jaw, I barely could fit my mouth around this. So juicy with the freshest toppings, and the bread was so good too. It was nice and soft. But like I said, we did split this. I added some ketchup and mustard to mine. Also, I hate lettuce on sandwiches. My husband loves it, so he took the lettuce, and he hates tomato and pickle, and I love them, so I took those. Their pizzas looked really good. They also had a breakfast burger that uses Belgian waffles as the buns. Definitely recommend if you're in the area. Everything I ate when my husband planned our anniversary weekend. First, we went to Cascarelli's in Homer, Michigan, which is a place I have been wanting to go. First, we got the cheese bread, which was like cheese stuffed breadsticks slathered in butter and cut into bite-sized pieces. All of their specialty pizzas sounded really good and interesting, but we wanted to try a classic meat pizza since it was our first time here. The toppings were good, and they loaded it with melty, delicious cheese. They also make fresh roasted nuts every day. I've been recommended to go to Albion Malleable Brewing Co. We stopped for a couple samples of beer, but we want to go back and try the food. At the end of the first day, we stopped at Rosalie's Roadhouse in Jonesville, Michigan to get a massive Long Island iced tea. Day 2, we went to Harry Stuff Brewing Co., another place we haven't been before but have been recommended it. This is in Wauwaka, Indiana. For an appetizer, we got the most delicious empanadas that came with a salsa and a pineapple sauce. One was chicken, one was beef and potato, and then the other was jalapeno popper. They were so fresh and ridiculously crispy. All of the fillings were good, and the pineapple sauce was so fresh and fruity. We loved it. They also had brick oven pizzas. We got a supreme no mushroom because my husband doesn't like mushroom. Let me know your weekend plans. Some of the things I ate on our bike trip to the UP and Wisconsin. We stopped for a night in Mackinac City where we had the most incredible food. For an appetizer, we had something called a firecracker. It was a fried tortilla with jalapeno popper on the inside and served with cherry puree. Incredible. Then I had to get the fried pickle sandwich. I've never seen one on a menu before. I had a couple different cheeses, fried pickle spears, bacon, and golden barbecue sauce. It was molten hot lava, but it was absolutely incredible. They were also very, very busy, but we had great service. Then I believe this was the second night. We stopped at a brew pub in Escanaba, Michigan. They don't look super fancy, but they had liquid cheese, which is important. And we had been on the bike all day, so we were starving and it hit the spot. We stopped at the Harley Davidson Museum in Milwaukee, which we have a Can-Am Spider, but all of our friends have Harleys, so I was there for the cheese curds. Now, we did have to wait for an eternity, but the cheese curds were really fresh and gooey, and the ranch was delicious. Hidden behind an unmarked red door in Milwaukee is the coolest restaurant we went to. It's called Safe House. For an appetizer, we had the meatballs, which were really tasty. I had a turkey club, which was just okay, but my husband's burger was incredible. Then on the way home, we took the ferry from Wisconsin to Michigan, and I had a croissant breakfast sandwich. I'm still sifting through what I filmed, so maybe more to come. Everything I ate in Cincinnati. We started off at the Bengals game. Do I know anything about sports? No, I'm just here for the food and my friends that love the Bengals. Had to get a soft pretzel with cheese. It was really tasty. The cheese has a spice to it, but the pretzel was cold. And I can't go to, I almost said baseball, oh my gosh. And I can't go to a football game without getting a classic hot dog. No complaints. This was delicious. We then went to Kitty's Sports Grill. They were actually out of a lot of food, so we ended up just getting appetizers. I got these giant mozzarella sticks, nice and crispy and filled with ooey gooey cheese. We then went to the Red Leprechaun. We were bar hopping, but also we were looking for an actual meal, which they didn't have either. They just had a smaller limited menu because of the game going on. So we got a fry basket that was delicious. It came with 3 different sauces. It had the really good ranch that I love, spicy ketchup, and then a sauce that kind of tasted like burger sauce. We were on the hunt all night for a burger, and we finally found one at the Red Roost Tavern, which is the restaurant that was in our hotel. It was Wagyu beef, beer cheese, caramelized onions, and yeah, it was delicious. I went to bed after this at like 9:30. Everything I ate at local spots in Marshall, Michigan. Started off at Dark Horse Brewing Co. where we had nachos. We have to get the nachos, especially if there's liquid nacho cheese on it. We got brisket as the protein, which I believe they smoke on site. I love that it comes with a giant cup of sour cream. That's a must, and salsa verde. I could have sat out here all day living my best life. The weather was so nice. We also got the cheese bread, which was absolutely delicious. It reminded me of Detroit style pizza. The crust was thick but light and fluffy and really crispy with the cheese melted into it. We were then going to go to a dog friendly winery we've been to before, before and really liked, but it wasn't open yet, so we went to Copper Athletic Club where it was happy hour. I got a stout for $2.50. Then right around the corner was Pastrami Joe's, which I've been wanting to try for a long time. I got the lobster bisque, which was creamy and a little sweet, and then I had to get a pastrami sandwich. It's in the name, Pastrami Joe's. And I really don't have much to compare it to. I haven't eaten that much pastrami in my life, but it was really, really good. The meat alone was incredible, but then had a super strong tangy mustard on it, as well as the bread was so light and fresh. Was walking out the door when I realized they had house-made carrot cake as well that I had to go get because I'm a sucker for a cream cheese frosting. And it did not disappoint. The cream cheese frosting was like silky smooth.